important category to look at. This time, it is the Artist of the Year. It is a benta. What do you mean benta? Benta is a kind of drum beat. Boom, where get dum 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 dum. So you didn't I get it to say benta. Alright, so VGMA Artist of the Year, that is the countdown we're doing, the VGMA's Diaries, because we support the industry, and of course Charterhouse is doing something worth supporting, so we are here doing exactly that. Let's get the definition for Artist of the Year, and I'll come back to my people. We will look at the strength of these guys nominated here, so we can do our assessments and again our predictions. The definition reads: the Artist of the Year is the artist, it can be plural or singular, judged by the Academy, Board and the general public as the artist with the highest audience appeal and popularity. And I know Arnold is very much interested in some one or two words in the definitions. This one says the Artist of the Year is the artist judged by the Academy, Board and the general public as the artist with the highest audience appeal and popularity. Now, the artist must have released a hit single or an album during the year under review. This is just that. It is a simple definition. You don't need to be a university couple before you can understand this. As much as you can read simple words, you can also understand this. So let's look at the lucky ones, those who got nominated in this year's edition. That is the 20th edition of the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. Already, I'm asking, have you gotten your ticket for Saturday? Tomorrow will be the only day between Saturday. So go get it and let's meet at the conference center for some one or two vibes. Okay, so the first person here is Joe Mettle. Mettle, this is Artist of the Year. Now the second person here who is also lucky to have been nominated because of his hard work, let me also add that it is not just luck, because of his hard work, is King Sack. Artist of the Year, and we're moving on. The third person here is Stone Boy, our boy.
When they won't know how to do something.
Anyways, you heard it from Stone Boy. He is also here in the Artist of the Year category. Let's move on to the next person, King Shatta Wale. Stone Boy, Shatta Wale. The next person here is Kwame Eugene, Links Entertainment. Alright, so let's go for the very final person nominated in the category of Artist of the Year. His name is King Promise. Shatta Wale, Stone Boy, Kwame Eugene, and King Promise. Interestingly, last year the award was given to Ebony posthumously. Let's listen to a song from her. Now the battle lines have been drawn, but this year Artist of the Year seems to have been overshadowed because of the Artist of the Decade category. Most of the attention on the categories are on the Artist of the Decade. People are looking out for that more than Artist of the Year as it has been in the previous years. What is happening? So it is going to look like even the one who will win Artist of the Year might not value it more than the Artist of the Decade. Prof, let me start with you. So let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. Artist of the Year. The category definition once again. The Artist of the Year is the artist judged by the Academy, Board and the general public. So here we have the Academy, the Board and the general public. Three deciders as the artist with the highest audience appeal and popularity. Now the artist must have released a single, a hit single or an album during the year under review.
Good.
Your mic.
Good. So I'm happy you read the definition. So now nobody should make the argument that this person either deserves or doesn't deserve to be there. Now, you know, the second part of the definition you read qualifies a person to be nominated or to be considered for Artist of the Year. Like the person should have released a hit single or an album within the year. Good. And then based on their clout popularity, these people were put in there. So every artist in there deserves to win or is equally qualified to win. Now, I've been hearing, I know, that's why I'm here. That's why I said today I'm here. So let's deal with the semantics of, of the word. With the highest audience appeal, popularity, all of them are at par as we speak. Now, if you're able to win, if you are able to win, then you have the highest audience appeal and popularity. Based on what? The votes you got. Then you are crowned Artist of the Year. So as at now, we place all of them at par. Yes, you may do your own evaluations and say, oh, maybe
one is above the other.
King Promise has the highest audience appeal, because if you go to Dubai and anywhere, no, Shatta doesn't even come close. Yes, they didn't even define it to what Ghana. You get it? So that's the so whoever wins, the person is considered as having had the highest audience what appeal and what popularity. That's why the person what won. And what's the yardstick for determining that? The votes. You get it? So if Joe Metal wins, don't come and tell me that oh, Shatta movement, we are everywhere, we are this, we are that, we are that, or Pokeke fans are everywhere. Even the song is this and that.
You mean
and that,
those
and
who
that,
drink
and that.
Pokeke?
Oh no, I'm just making allusions.
No, when you say Pokeke fans,
of course, you can allude it to the beamers.
Okay.
If I said those who know their level, you allude it to what?
No, I'll ask which kind of level. Is it how many floors?
No, they are still finding their level.
Okay.
Yes, if I mention the Kambu gang, you know where.
Okay.
So, of course, these are allusions we make. But yes, back to business. Who wins it? Of course, we can only conjecture. But based on my analysis, I will place these 6 nominees in 3 tiers.
Good.
In 3 tiers. Tier 1, Stonebwoy and Kwame Eugene. Tier 2, Sarkodie and Joe Metal. Tier 3, Shatta Wale and King Promise. And the likely winner.
Can you give us your definition or your understanding of tier 1, tier 2, tier 3?
That's what tier 1 are those who stand the biggest chance of winning.
Who are those?
And
the tier 1, Stonebwoy, Kwame Eugene.
They are those who stand the biggest chance of winning.
Yes. And mind you, we are looking at our chance because we've not seen the voting patterns based on what. Yes. And then tier 2, if they don't, then it moves to the next level, which is Sarkodie and Joe Metal.
Okay.
And then at the bottom of the pile, Shatta Wale and King Promise.
See.
Yes. I know people are stand. Yes, because see, what are the voting mechanisms for the VGMAs? The dynamics. It also has 3 tiers: the board, academy, and what? Public votes. And the board and the academy have 60%. Yeah, 30-30. And then 40 comes to the general public. So if you lose at the board and academy, it doesn't matter how well you do at the public votes, you lose out. Do you get it? So when I am promoting artists, I look at the strength of the artist based on all these levels. Why did I put Joe Metal, my artist, in tier 2 and not tier 1? Because see, whether I like it or not, in terms of the year under review, looking at their popularity in the media among industry people, it will be foolhardiness to say, oh, people are likely to put him ahead of Kwame Eugene. Looking at those who are on the board and then the academy. No, do you get it? Public voting, Kwame Eugene will come nowhere near Joe Metal. I know that for a fact. Shatta Wale will come nowhere near Joe Metal. I know that for a fact. King Promise will come nowhere near Joe Metal.
You mean public voting? No one.
Yes.
Shatta Wale wouldn't come closer to Joe Metal.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
Yes. No, we don't make noise. We know.
No, I know.
I will not use the word organic.
Like that I have.
Yes, and of course, you know what Better Revival Choir did. We don't have to tell you. You see, these are not organized votes. Based on just a post, the people. If we should show you, sometimes you marvel. You know, in the week I made a post about heavy spenders. Some, you see, people think gospel doesn't have numbers. You get it? So look, that's why I've put Sarkodie Joe Metal, and Sarkodie also has that appeal. He may not over-organize, but there are people who may genuinely, out of nowhere, pump so much without even his knowledge. You get it? And look, they also have some favorable elements within the academy and the board. And Joe, yes, the neutral. And I put Joe there because he's the only gospel artist. Those who are not aligned to all these people may look his way. Pick Shatawale, whether we like it or not. Board, academy, general. If you don't take time, the year under review, it may be difficult for them to overlook Stoneboy, Kwame Eugene, and just come to him, unless these are people who are closely aligned to him. It's a fact. I'm not saying he hasn't worked, but you see the dynamics of the vote. So
but
now,
these are serious points you are raising.
These are serious, and then you see, you look, you look at all these options. That's why this year we've not been everywhere. We always have not been submarine, subterranean strategy. Yes, because see, if you don't understand the dynamics of the VGMA, not when I was putting geometric artists of the year, people were like, oh, we name the year. Sometimes you weigh everything, sometimes even including the weather, the atmosphere. and then you know what even one post can do. We don't take these things for granted.
So according to your research, studies, or whatever, Shatawale and King Promise, they are the least favorites.
Yes. They are the least favorite. But that doesn't mean that they can't. You know, when these things come, and this was going to make this year's own very tight. Split votes. Split votes. And you know, the split vote can make anybody come in. So let's not be surprised that out of the split, you add public this. Shatta will probably even come up to win. But this is where you don't also take the public votes for granted, because that's your security. In case the academy and the board fails you. For the academy, they have always disappointed people who have banked their hopes in them. Last year, one of the fiercest categories was gospel artists and gospel song. And we know those who cook jollof, those who saw radio presenters and Pundits, and they assured them within a week. Everywhere you pass, but not shock abim. Yes.
So this year's VGMA is likely to put out some
shocks
and surprises.
Unfortunately for all the categories.
I see.
Except group of the year.
Which is?
Which better Revival Choir is winning hands down. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So it's between Stoneboy and then Kwame Eugene. But anything can happen.
Okay. Fantastic delivery there. His name is Mike Yamua, Professor of Journalism here in the studio. So let me go through his tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 standard for you, where he thinks those with high favorites to win, Stoneboy and Kwame Eugene, followed by Sack and Joe Metal, as well as Shatawale and King Promise. I see. Hafko, take over. Hafko, take over. Yes, boss. I know. But this year, what?
Well,
let me say that.
Like always, every nominee is a potential winner. Everybody in that category deserves to win. It's tight. But I want to make some assertions to football. When you find two teams in a group and they gather the same points, then we move to goals aggregate. When they find out that is also the same, then we look at goals scored. It goes that each and every one team has scored. If that one too is the same, then we move to goals conceded. If that one too is the same, then we go to head to head. Like when the two teams met, who performed better. Even if that one also ended in a draw, then coins could be, or sometimes fair play comes in. Who has the decent records in terms of the red cards and the yellow cards. So everybody in that group is tight, but it will now move on to the next thing. Like everybody deserves to be there. At that point they have the same points. So what's the next thing that will be used to determine? Then you go and look at the work everybody put in 2018. You see, when it comes to Shatta, there's something that may sway people. Shatta has always had public appeal. what I say? I said puno. A togu mukrana senate yanete. So baby ojina na ojina. So if somebody in 2018 managed to gather public appeal more than he had in the previous year, that person becomes a favorite. You understand?
No, I get this point.
Aha. That person becomes a favorite. Because Shatano, the fans no public appeal said so if somebody manages to come out of the doldrums, gather that way now, that person becomes it means that that person has worked harder. So let that sink in. You understand? Secondly, when you look at all of them, almost all of them had album releases during the year. And almost all of them, everyone's album became a success. Joe didn't have an album. Kim also didn't have an album. Okay. So for me, I won't go the tier that Prof spoke about, but I will put Stonebwoy, Eugene, and Shatta ahead of the rest. These three can win. But out of the three though, if I'm looking at last year, if I'm looking at the successes that Stonebwoy chopped from January to December, the boy had hit records right from the start of the year to the end of the year. When his album, even from the year Nima, from the Tomorrow Nima to the album Come Out to Kukeke, the features he did, he deserves it. Eugene had Confusion from the beginning of the year till Wish Me Well came, and all of them, he deserves it. Shatta from the beginning of the year had his public appeal not for what he was doing. The public appeal was there, like I earlier said, until the Gringo
came up.
The Gringo video, the noise came up, and then to the album, and to My Level also popped up. So I may not be able to stick my neck out, but if I have to, I think Stonebwoy will be slightly ahead of them two. Remember, I put Stonebwoy, Eugene, and Wale. For Stonebwoy to go and play the Reggae Sound Festival and the Morgan Heritage Tour.
That is summer tour.
Yes, the Morgan Heritage Tour and all that, and in the end of the day, bringing them to Ghana for the show. You know, like I said, it's not to football. So we go to the extra small something that can put you out there. And I think these factors may be the small factors. Yes, that may put Stonebwoy ahead of the rest. Because all these things, when you check it album, will be had an album, successful one. You check it hits, everybody had hits. You check it public appeal, Stonebwoy also for some years now have gathered constant public appeal that does not lose. So when it happens like that, then we come to consider the little factors that could be added for one to win. And I think when it comes to the little factors, Stonebwoy may be a little ahead of the rest because of the international appeal movements that he did, which I believe all those things now propelling a man there with me a song with Beanie Man, a song with Tyrus Riley and Chichi Jaffa and all these guys. I feel those ones will be some factors that will put him out there. But that notwithstanding, you can't beat the heart of a true champion too. So the SM fans and Wale Omono, looking at them and the interview you even did, they are poised for this. It's like this is the last draw. We have to go for it. So on the night, anyone would win, but these three are my favorites. I feel one of them would win, but I think Stonebwoy is a little ahead.
Wow. All attention is on my guys in the studio. We heard it from Mike Yamwa. He started the review. Great delivery there. And Dada Halfco has added his bit to it. Another great point there. And I have one of my friends in Parliament House. His name is Nee. He says, fantastic delivery from Mac. In fact, the name is not Mac. If you say Mac, you are referring to the other Mac. This is Mike. M-I-C. Mike. It says, fantastic delivery from Mike. This is what we call objectivity at its best. And I know Nee is throwing shades, but I will ignore the shade. You are next and you are going. No, come. No, come.
You are saving the best for the last.
You want to go out and you not seek permission from the producer? It's an offense. It's an offense. Zali Hali, how are you doing? She says Stonebwoy has no album in 2018. Yeah, that is true. Stonebwoy did not have an album in 2018. Okay. Jabril, take your time to Artiste of the Year. What has been your assessment, your research, your tier 1, your level, and all that?
Brasami, let me be sincere here. I haven't done any research based on the whole award scheme. Let me say, I'm probably going to just do this based on my own assumptions and convictions. Yes, and convictions. Brasami, I haven't followed Vodafone Music Awards for a while. I've said it earlier.
Is it because they don't give you tickets?
Well, I don't think so, but I think I haven't been involved. So
and because you don't go to the scheme, because if you don't go, you won't be involved.
Well, that's another
Maybe
issue.
Let's pray that they start considering you and you start following. Amen.
Mike Yamwa's tears, he
wants it.
Yamwa's been crying for
not
tears as in
We know.
I would, when they were all making their submissions, they always add this one different quality or something that these artists that are on the nomination, that category, have made. He mentioned out the stages Stonebwoy has been able to go and bringing these artists to Ghana and that kind of thing. He also mentioned his own. But I would also want to use this to say, I think Kwame Eugene has been able to reach out there. Within a year, he's been able to bring out an album. He went on a UK tour. If you look at the album he brought out, he has done videos for all these songs on the album, and this is a plus. I don't think any artist has been able to do this. All.
Yes. So I hear.
All.
Yes.
All the songs.
Yes. I think Richie even broadcasted this sometime.
Yes. So this alone, personally, I think it's a plus for him. And the appeal, he has that appeal. He has been on all the big stages. I don't want to use a big stage. All the regular stages you can think of so far since 2018 till today. To the extent that even gospel shows, Paris Dome, he was there. He rocked it. I think twice or so. So these are all pluses for Kwame Eugene, for the academy to consider, because I think that as an artist that has been able to be on all the shows,
international shows,
going on his own tour, producing how many songs are on the album and videos for all of them, man, it's a plus. And so I don't want, as I said, I'm not going to this technical bit because I haven't been serious to actually sit there and go on it. But Kwame Eugene has given me that plus bit that I feel that yes, he deserves it. And that short time that he came into the scene, and he has been able to been able to bring that productivity out. I think he has to be able to.
Okay. It is getting interesting by the minute. You've heard it from Jibril G.H. Kassa, who is also saying that All things being equal, let's give it to the rock star, a young boy of about 22 years. Started his game from Fadama, picked up by Lynx Entertainment, has done all the dirty work for the industry last year. The hits, the performances. It didn't maybe company yourself a Kwame Eugene bread, Mekai. It didn't maybe not your company. Yes, oh boy, what bread, more money home make a money call holiday still. No go super for me. No, I call UK, no, I call US, no, I call how I call Europe. In fact, I go perform it, and ne. Muya in every man. Jebril said no. This is very, very unfair. Unfair. Mufamano. Mufamano. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. Alright, I know. Rumble.
I can defend you. I don't know when you said the rumble. Okay, now I think the previous contributions were corporate.
It makes the game interesting. Okay, bruh, so take your time and let's roll.
So I mean, it's you know, quite beautiful to have, you know, my colleagues, you know, put out facts. Some very interesting statements. Some of the facts were crooked anyway, I must admit. Like saying Stonebwoy released an album in 2018, which is false. I mean, he didn't release any. He was feeding off his 2017 album. You know, and that's one thing. He also mentioned Sack had an album in 2018. I mean, that's also fallacious.
To borrow
Chase words.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I would have loved to put in some more energy to talk some more, but because you see, we are done. We're done with the voting. We're done. Whatever we're doing this morning is just for the records, just so people know XYZ has been done. But it won't change anything. It won't change the voting pattern. It won't change the academy or the board's decision. So this morning, Ankasano, say any showbiz agenda crankai and what's the Kikasan win? Because we are saving the energy to receive all the plaques on Saturday. Sack is in there. Stonebwoy is in there. Kwame Eugene. I respect Kwame Eugene a lot because he's done so well. What the other guys in the category have taken years to do. Kwame Eugene has done it under a year or 2 years, which is quite remarkable. Done Europe tour, released album, shot videos for all the songs on the album. So I mean, that's nice, but that must culminate into what? Audience appeal. One key word in the definition: audience appeal. No matter what you do, you can play shows the whole continent, but does it generate audience appeal? If yes, what is the level of that appeal that it generates? Senko bia be sorry na on an shows, 3 people, 4 people. Wabo, wako Europe, 1 club, classrooms, wabo. But would you say because it's been out there, you know, ejuman waye? But what is the level of the job? You know, that I've mentioned that people have been all over the place and that Shatawale has unflinching support from his fans. That didn't come on silver platter. Hard work. And for him to still keep it, that it doesn't change, it is hard work. If it's not reducing and it is increasing, it is hard work. You don't need to have him all over the place for you to know the guy is working hard. If he's not working hard, he should have lost all his fans by now. If he's been able to maintain them for this long, and for someone to have to work harder before his hard work is seen, then it means the guy who has the market that is standing there for him,
it's not going down.
It's not going down. That means he's constantly working to maintain his level so that you have to work 2 or 3 times in order to be realized. What does it make such a person? It makes him champion. If you would have to perform 5 times before you beat what I have done on a regular, it means I'm extraordinary. And that's what Shatawale has. He has the fan base. Whatever he does culminates into fan base, culminates into, how do you call it, audience appeal. This is a guy whose album release almost became a festival. Mention how many of the people in the list of Artist of the Year has just one even major event, being album release. It's a whole concert that fills a whole dome and spills over. Just album release. Just album. How many? And anytime he's released an album, it's a whole concert on its way to become a festival. So let's not talk much because the deed has been done. Voting has been cast. I don't want to spend all the energy trying to, defend or put out the things that this artist has done. Shatta Wale stand stops. Kwame Eugene stand stops. Stonebwoy has done incredibly well. For Sack to even be in the Artist of the Year means he's also done incredibly well. But there's one person who stands tallest. Champion, Sammy.
Okay, thank you so much. Alright, it is done. The job is done here. Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. This has been the contribution of Zylofon 102.1 FM. It has been the VGMA Diaries. Tomorrow will be the final day where we will round up everything. Then we will all go and look for our costume for Saturday, where we'll be seated enjoying the show. Then on Monday, when we gather here once again, we will do the review of the whole show. But then one thing is also clear, that the 4S are performing on the night. Sarkodie, Shatta Wale, Stonebwoy and Samini. And the 4Ks, Kwame Eugene, Kwesi Arthur, Kiddy and King Promise. It is on Saturday, 18th May 2019. That is the 20th edition of the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. It will be happening at the Accra Conference, International Conference Center. That is barring any change. That is where we are going to do it. On the same stage, the only gospel act, according to the publicity, Diana Antwi Hamilton will also be there, and AMG Medical will also be there. Now get ready for another performance. This is Evergreen performance coming from Abranti Amachi Dede and Barima Sydney. I have been a part of the Ghana Music Awards UK, and anytime Barima Sydney hits the stage, that is when you understand that music really doesn't die. And I'm sure he's going to repeat history at the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards. International stage, there will be performance from the Queen of Soca, Alison Amanda Hintz from Barbados,